right, man. Welcome to the 290 Moe podcast. I appreciate your time. If you could, introduce yourself for my viewers and listeners.
Yeah, I go by the name of AntonioWaan, better known as Wordplay Waan, man. That never wastes talent, out now on all platforms, man. Make sure y'all go listen to that.
Okay, for sure. Like I said, man, appreciate you coming through, man. It's pretty shitty outside, man.
I know. Appreciate you having me, though,
Could have found a lot of reasons not to make it happen, but we here. So, I want to start with the name because I just got anything to do with Star Wars?
Nah.
That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh, sure they fuck with the Star Wars one, sure.
Yeah. Nah.
So that's what all we talking about. Let's talk about the name, man.
Yeah, so Antonio, that's like my middle name. So, you know what I'm saying? Then Waan, that's like the last four letters of my first name. My first name, Juwan. So I just kind of like put that shit all together, AntonioWaan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was on some Obi-Wan
Nah,
shit. I was like, oh, that shit ill. Oh, sure. All right, man. So let's go to the top, man. Where you from, man? Where you grow up, man?
Yeah, so I'm from out south, you know what I'm saying, Chicago, out south.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, grew up over there, like, I mean, Inglewood, but really like West Inglewood, you feel me? Like, if you want to, you know, look at it on the map and shit. But, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what was your experiences like growing up over there? Was it pretty normal? Did you have to fight some tribulations, or you just had a pretty normal upbringing?
Nah, it was pretty normal. You know, I definitely enjoyed my childhood for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I was real big into the sports. So, you know what I'm saying, the trouble was there, but I was always, you know what I'm saying, into the sports. Like, that kind of got my attention.
Weight training and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Sport?
I played basketball mainly, but I also played, like, baseball. I did shit like, you know what I'm saying, tumbling, gymnastics, track and field. That was all, like, park district shit, you know what I'm saying? So, like, even if, you know what I'm saying, you see the trouble, like, the big guys, the old heads, they, you know what I'm saying, they knew what to do. They looked out for me, so I ain't even had to worry about, you know what I'm saying, getting into that for real.
For sure. So I'm a big sports dude, so I gotta ask you, what position in basketball, position in football?
So I played the point and the two, you know what I'm saying, in basketball. And then you said baseball.
Yeah, baseball, football.
I played pitcher because I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm left-handed. I played pitcher, I played center field, and I played first base. I did a little shortstop too, you know what I'm saying, but like the main three that I mentioned first, then was like my main one.
And then football?
No, I ain't played football.
Okay.
I mean, I played it, you know what I'm saying, like outside, but I ain't never
sure.
played that shit yet. My OG, she wasn't going for that.
Out of all them, what was your favorite thing to do?
Basketball.
Was it ever a thought to taking this serious? Like, I'm gonna try to go pro with it, or you was just doing it? Yeah,
I'll say like when I first, probably like my sophomore year, you know what I mean? But I think like once I became like a junior and senior, and I started to see, you know what I'm saying, one nothing really coming for real. It was just like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just do it. Like, hopefully get a scholarship at least, but as far as the pros, it was just kind of like I wasn't really thinking about it much as I got older. Yeah.
Okay. So, what role did music play in your life, in your early childhood, growing up out south?
It play a big part, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, like, I listen to like hip hop, you know what I'm saying, but as far as like all genres of music, my OG and you know, my pops, they play music in the crib, so like I would listen to, you know what I'm saying, the old schools. But as far as the hip hop and what I liked, I think just pretty much being a product of my environment. Like, you know what I'm saying, we all listen to hip hop, you know what I mean? So I was actually real big into like battle rap though, so that's really what caught me first.
Too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what caught me first before I even like start listening to like mainstream artists.
Who was you listening to on battle rap?
Shit, I was fucking with Lux, Loaded Lux, Mook. I was fucking with I was pretty much listening to all on Reed Dollars, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's shorties, I'm gonna tell you.
I was with all
I used to go to school in the lunchroom. I'm supposed to be in that battle rapping. I'm in that rapping Reed Dollars.
Yeah,
killing niggas.
Yeah,
shorty. I think I was with my cousin. I was somewhere. Somebody was like, "That's a Reed Dollars or some shit." Then I started doing that. But that's all I try to tell people. I knew about Meek Mill for he even blew because him and Reed got into it. Right. Then I'm like, "Who the fuck is Meek Mill?" Then I go check out Meek Mill, and I stopped listening to Reed Dollars.
Yep.
Shorty. So that's dope as hell, man. So what mainstream artists was you into at that age? Did you have a favorite or?
Yeah, so my favorite at the time was Cassidy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he had just broke, because he was a battle rapper too, but he had just kind of broke into that mainstream around that time when I was listening to mainstream music, and it really was just like radio play. Honestly, like if I wasn't like going out my way to listen to niggas like tapes and shit like that, unless it was like him or like somebody. Like, I was big on Kiss too, Jada Kiss. Really just like that East Coast hip hop. You feel me? Like I mess with like Chicago artists like Twister, you know what I'm saying, but Bump, but I got put on to them, you know what I'm saying. It wasn't like I found them and I just started gravitating towards them, but I definitely respected what they did for sure.
Okay, so when did you gain a love for music to the point that you was like, I'm finna write music, I'm finna be a rapper, a recording artist? When?
I say probably like, well, I always wrote, you know what I'm saying. That's something I always did. But I think as far as the love for the music, it was just one of those curiosity moments. Just wanted to see like how I sound on the track. And so honestly, it wasn't even a passion. Like when I first recorded myself, like I said, I just wanted to see how I sounded. And I sounded decent, you know what I'm saying? But it was one of those people was telling me like, you actually, you know what I'm saying, you decent. And this was like before I even like went off to school. Well, actually like my first year of school. So it wasn't even like, cause I started back like 2020 or whatever. I started back what I'm doing now. I started that like in 2020, but I was doing music at first, like my freshman year of college and shit. Like motherfuckers was fucking with it, but like I said, I looked at it as a hobby though at the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. So that first freshman year, what was your subject matter like? What was you talking about?
Honestly, so it was that era where they had the little futuristic, you know what I'm saying? So I was trying to get in that way.
LA.
Like Roscoe Dash, all them Travis Porter,
So I gotta hit them checks. They used to be all shit, I ain't gonna lie, shorty. They used to be that dro, all that shit, man. They used to be all shit. On shorty. Okay.
They probably still on the tube somewhere.
Okay, so how did you I thought I heard you say you recorded yourself. Like, what was your first time in the studio like? Was it like, I'm finna take some money and just go to the studio and record the song? You went with somebody. What was that first experience like?
So that's exactly what it was. I was just doing some research on like local studios. Around this time though, so like I said, I was going to school. So when I come back to the crib, I was pretty much over the summer, I was with my lady and shit. So like I was like in the burbs. And I just pretty much was looking up little studio sessions around there. I came across one. And the experience was decent though, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't one of those like dude was patient, you know what I'm saying? I pretty much told him like straight through the door, like, man, you know what I'm saying? This is my first time, you feel me? And he was patient, like it was cool. It came out decent.
Okay, great that first time for him.
I say shit on the A scale. I probably like say like a B.
Okay. Then is that music you still? Did you put it out? Is that something that you never put it
out? So I put it out. You know what I'm saying? So the first, it was actually called what was it called? Off That Remy. That was my first like recorded song. Yeah, it was called Off That Remy.
I'm assuming it's about the Remy.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn, Joe, I'm a tequila drinker, man. But that's dope, man. That's dope, man. So what was your mindset at this point? Was it, I'm trying to get put on, I'm just want to make music to hear myself, I just want to make music to show my friends? What at that point, what was your mind state? What was you trying to do with the music?
I would say mostly just to let my fans, not my fan, but like my people hear it or whatever. Just let them hear it, and that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have like no goal in mind, like to see how far it take me. Obviously, you know, that was around the social media area, so I was putting it on social media. But like not me having like no fan base or nothing like that. I kind of already knew where it was gonna go unless somebody saw it and you know it went viral or some shit like that. But I never had like no big intentions on pursuing it at that time. Yeah.
Okay, and just reflecting on that point, what would you say your mindset is at right now as far as music goes?
It's definitely more growth, more like I feel like I'm more wiser now. So like I'm putting more time, energy, and of course money into it now. You know what I mean? So I think just staying more consistent is like what's driving me and keeping me more like, you know what I'm saying, on my shit to pursue it. And then also, like I said, I wasn't like the way I rap now, I wasn't making music like that back then. So like now I kind of feel like I'm in a different aspect, in a different lane, and I'm talking about something, you know what I'm saying? I'm bringing substance. So yeah, it's definitely more serious now.
Talk to me about the evolution from, you know what I'm saying, the LA, you know what I'm saying, that type of style to where you at now. Like, what was it? Something you went through in your life, or is it something that you was like, man, I need to go here with it? What was that like?
So yeah, that definitely played a part in it. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a great question. Like what I went through between that time, you know what I mean? Like through going to school and then just like, you know what I'm saying, other shit. So that it was one of those moments where, like I said, I didn't want to resurface and start getting that. Obviously, the whole era was over with anyway. You know what I'm saying? Around this time, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker got drilled. So I ain't want to do that. You know what I mean? Because I'm not from that era. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up in the '90s, so I'm trying to like kind of go back into the roots. And really, what it was is just not necessarily paying homage, but like going off the type of style that I grew up listening to, you know what I mean, pretty much. And just with those experiences, I was just more bold to, you know, be more vulnerable in my music. Now I feel like, you know, people will relate to it a little more.
Okay. So with that being said, talk to me about your creative process. I know you mentioned that you was a writer, but when you go to the studio or when you're just making a song at the crib, are you still writing? Are you going to the studio with a notebook full of raps and laying everything down as you punch it in and out? What's your creative process like?
Yeah, so as far as like the writing process, I'm writing in the crib, definitely. And so when I go to the studio, I pretty much got everything laid out and I got it done already. But I will have those moments where I will punch in too. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I get in the booth and the way I'm saying it ain't sounding how I wrote it. You know what I'm saying? I might want to switch it up and change something. So I definitely say writing for sure, though. I make sure that I at least got majority of my song written. Mm-hmm. And like if I need to make any other changes or something like that, or if I haven't finished the full song, you know, I'll punch in from there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what goes into choosing the music? You know what I'm saying? Do you browse the music and look for a beat first? Do you write and then find the beat to put the words to?
Yeah. So most likely I find the beat, but I also, like I said, going through my day to day, you know what I'm saying, I could just think of a line or two and just jot it down. So then when I do find a beat, I try to like piece stuff together, like any line or two that I'm putting together, like if it's relatable, you know what I'm saying, like related to the whatever concept that I'm coming with the song, then, you know what I'm saying, I put it together. And yeah, like as far as the beat selection, I try to, honestly, bro, like I try to look for other, you know what I'm saying, genres of beat, like the hip hop, trap and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just feel like that East Coast hip hop is just my lane. So it's like, of course I want to make one of those club bangers and stuff like that, and I will for sure. But as of right now, I'm definitely trying to just find my niche and stick with it for sure.
For sure. I also like when artists are creative with their music though, like like Kodak, for instance. Like he had music on every spectrum, you know what I'm saying? Just the beats, you know what I'm saying? It don't sound like nothing that you would expect, you know, somebody from the hood to do. And I think that's one of the things that keep him relevant, because it's easy to play his songs everywhere type shit. So so that's definitely what's up, man. Taking the time to research everything and find what's right for you. So with everything you got going on right now, what would you say will be the highlight of your career so far?
That's a good question. I would say so far right now, just getting on stage and performing for me. That was pretty big. Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't doing it obviously when I first was making music. I had did like a talent show at the school, but like that wasn't nothing. But once I came back and started doing music full time and, you know what I'm saying, consistently, I wasn't even performing. I was kind of like one of those, like I'm not one of those guys that, you know what I'm saying, I be chilling, you know what I'm saying, but it was just like one of those moments I felt like I had to, you know what I'm saying, if I'm going to go to the next level. And I think that was pretty big for me this year for sure.
Oh, that was this year?
That's when I first started.
Was you in the back, Mom Spaghetti? What was it like?
Honestly, I ain't even had that feel, because, like, you know what I'm saying, I promoted the show and shit like that. And shit, people, you know what I'm saying, they slid. So that kind of gave me some confidence. It kind of put me at ease. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I was drinking a little bit too. So I'm feeling that I ain't really thinking about the nerves. And I'm kind of like to the point where it's like, all right, I know when I'm finna go on soon. Let me kind of like get in my zone. But really, I'm going to just shout out the support, you feel me, that was there for me that day, you know what I'm saying, or that night rather, because they definitely showed up.
Did you practice?
Yeah, for sure. That whole week, I'm like, I'm in the shower, you feel me, I'm talking to my lady with my wife, you know what I'm saying, I'm practicing in front of her and shit like that. I'm moving around the crib, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I was definitely practicing for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, in the car, all that.
Okay, that's for sure. And you mentioned everybody coming out, you know what I'm saying. You mentioned your wife, and you did talk about your family, mom and dad, a little bit at the beginning. So let's talk about your support system, if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, what's that like? Do they listen to the music? Are they supportive of what you do? Or
Most definitely.
Or mom's like, man, you don't need to be no rapper. What's it like?
Nah, she ain't even like that, you know what I'm saying. She whatever I want to do type. But yeah, they definitely support, you feel me, and just outside of my immediate family too, you know what I'm saying, like other people support, you know, they share the music, friends included, you know what I'm saying. Also people that I've met, you know what I mean, like going to these shows and doing these performances. So like, you know, I look at those as supporters, you know what I'm saying, they share the music. So the support been heavy, and it's definitely appreciated for sure.
What's your favorite thing out of the writing, out of the recording, out of the doing the shows? What's your favorite thing? You can do one thing every night. If it's go to the studio, if it's do a show every night, which one would it be?
I say writing.
For sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to write. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what's up.
Yeah, I love to write. I went to school for journalism and shit. So
that's what I was gonna ask you, dude. I wanted to go. If I ever go to college for anything, it'd be journalism because I want to be like on ESPN and shit.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
But like I had so my actually like my concentration was like video because I used to do it too. You know what I'm saying, back in school. But I was also writing too. You feel me? So I felt like that was kind of perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, what outside of music? What type of things do you still write outside of music?
Yeah.
Okay.
So not as I used to. Like most of the time when I'm writing is music related. But I do write one of those, you know what I'm saying, how I'm feeling at that current moment. And then honestly I be just deleting that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, stick with it. Sometimes I might take some words out of it and put it in my music. Yep.
Okay.
For sure.
That's why I like to write too, man. I find reasons to write. You know what I'm saying? Like the guys in the locked up, I just write them a letter for some water Bob.
That's real.
Take my notes, or I just take notes. You know what I'm saying? Write shit out just cause I just like to write. But I'm gonna leave that rapping shit to y'all. Man.
Yeah, I did like a little biography, like some fiction shit one time, and then I did some shit like kind of like I said a biography, but like some fiction shit and a biography. You feel me? Like so. Yeah, but that's been a minute though.
All right, man. Let's get on these short films, man. I need to write them, man.
Let's set it up. I'm with
shit, man.
Let's set it up.
All right, man. What type of interests do you have outside of the writing? You know what I'm saying? Outside of music, what type of things you into?
Travel. I like to travel a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like see different places and shit like that. I'm real big into that.
What's your favorite city?
Oh, that's tough. So. It was Denver,
what
right?
You mean that's tough? It's Chicago.
I went, so it was Denver, right? But then
for real,
yeah, you know what I'm saying, at first, but it's kind of like I don't know, like, cause I went to this place that I'm finna mention one time, and like when I went, like it was decent. I went to Maine.
What?
I know you like what, like, but see, so for
what
me,
I'm gonna tell you, man, Joe.
Hey, that's what everybody
lay over in there like, hey, I just go get y'all room. The plane gonna
be. That's what everybody was saying though when I brought it up. Like, yeah, I'm finna go to Maine. You know what I'm saying? So I went for my beat and shit this past year, and
that's like when Kanye said he was going to work on short. He trying to channel that NAA.
I'm trying to hit all 50, bro. I ain't gonna hold. I'm trying to hit all 50. You feel me?
Oh, you gotta hit the road, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit all 50 for sure. Like,
that'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Yeah. But yeah, it was decent.
Mix a tour in with that 50 state tour.
That shit would be decent. And that's like what I'm saying. Like, I like to do stuff like that so I could put it in my music. Cause like, my music, you know what I'm saying, I ain't really talking about the drill shit, the guns and shit like that. So I'm talking about real life experiences. You feel me? Like, I ain't trying to be in this bitch trying to, you know what I'm saying, act like I'm talking like I ain't got it. No, I'm trying to just give y'all real life experiences in my past and in my present.
Okay. And we just can't blow over that, man, because I ain't even know black people was in Maine. So what the fuck was you doing there, though? I seen
like two black motherfuckers in there.
What was it to do?
So it was really just sightseeing, you know what I'm saying? They got excursions, but like I wasn't there long enough to really, you know what I'm saying, get into them. So I was doing some sightseeing.
What's the see, like some pilgrim shit or something?
No. They got like, you know what I'm saying, like ocean type views. Not like where you could sit on the beach type, but they got, you know what I'm saying, little ocean type views. The food was decent though. I think that's what was the best part about it. Like I'm real big into seafood, so like that was another reason why I went. You know what I'm saying? And shit, they shit fresh and authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like a good vibe. It's real chill. You know what I'm saying? Like we was in the downtown area and it wasn't no congestiness or nothing. Like everybody
Trump hats and nothing.
Nah, it wasn't none of that.
Okay. I don't know nothing about, man. I may put it might be all black people down there for all I know.
I'm trying to tell you, it was decent.
That's
though.
What's up.
But it's one of those like, cause obviously it ain't no nightlife. You know what I'm saying? Like we went to a couple little bars, but it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying.
10 o'clock is time to go to bed.
Nah. Yeah,
excursion starts 8 a.m. sharp.
Nah, they got a few cause like I said, I'm going back, so I'm gonna do the excursions for sure.
Oh, that shit was
yeah, like, I'm going back. I'm going back for sure.
Okay. Yeah. And how did you get the idea to go? Was it a commercial? Did a travel agent talk you into
it? So it was one of those like I said, going back into being curious, right? So when I was in school, like grade school though, like elementary and shit, I was always curious why it was in the corner the way it was, and that was just what caught my eye.
I don't even know where it's at.
That bitch, like, it's like, you feel me? You got the map. It's like deep.
I know it's
top
out there
right,
somewhere.
Top right, the last one. And I'm like, you know, it just always stuck with me. And I always said, like, since I was a shorty, I'm like, I'm gonna go to Maine one day. You feel me? And then shit, yeah. and I did that shit. But then what drove me to do it, I'm like a fan of Shark Tank, the little TV show or whatever.
For sure.
And it was this company on like a food truck business, and they from Maine, and they had like the little lobsters and shit. Oh damn, that shit look decent. And then I just seen how they was expanding and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna go. And then like I said, you know what I'm saying, I'm meeting people who be traveling a lot, and they like, you know, yeah, man, decent, like, you know what I'm saying, whites and blacks. So it was like one of those, like, let me just see for myself.
Okay. So let's gonna go back into the music, man. We're gonna leave Maine on the East Coast, man. Right. So on the music now, who would you say you make music for?
Myself.
Like, do you ever when you create music, do you ever like, I gotta have one for the radio, I gotta have one for the women, I gotta have one for the club? Do that ever cross your mind, or is it straight?
When I'm beat selecting, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as like coming across beats, I'll be like, man, I need to find something for the club, for the ladies, you know what I'm saying. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, I always find something that's just like my lane, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I got little type of songs like that, but what I stick to is definitely like, you know what I'm saying, my lane. You feel me? Like, I make the music for me, for sure.
Okay. And currently, what other artists do you listen to?
So I'm big right now. I'll say, obviously I listen to, like, you know what I'm saying, our era still, but I listen to Benny the Butcher a lot. I listen to Cole. You know, Meek, because Meek still come out with new music. And Chicago music, really, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if it's East Coast of Chicago, I'm with it.
Okay. What about the music game, if anything, that you probably don't like, you know what I'm saying? Is your least favorite?
So like I said, I'm still new. So I wouldn't say I'm certain on it, but the vibe that I get, it's a lot of favoritism in it, you know what I'm saying, in the music industry. And I'm cool with that, you know what I mean? You got to get out here and network. But it's like, I look at it as back in the day, that wasn't really it, you know what I'm saying? You see somebody who's driven and, you know what I'm saying, like they got it, you give them an opportunity. It's like now everything is business. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I get it. And it's like sometimes they don't really want to do business, or they'll look at you differently because, you know what I'm saying, you ain't on this type of status and shit like that, which is cool. Like, it don't really bother me, but you know what I'm saying, if you asking, that's probably what I think of.
Okay. Are you a part of any groups or anything?
No.
Any groups or anything? What's your take on features? Do you work with other artists?
Yeah, for sure.
Is it something that you got to be interested in working with them, or you just sending music out to artists? How does that work?
So it's a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? They send music, I send music. And shit, just hop on it. Like, and it ain't even one of those, like, I ain't really feeling it. Like, if I feel like it ain't my lane, I still do it just to challenge myself, because I like to challenge myself. So, like, you know what I'm saying, I get beats sometimes where it's not really like East Coast, you know what I'm saying, or shit like that. But I still do it though, you know what I'm saying, just to kind of, because I feel like I do have a versatile type of flow, you know what I mean, in my music. So yeah, just to challenge myself, I do all of them.
What about in a case when somebody sends you something is trash?
It's trash. Like, that's what I'm saying. I mean, because I haven't came across many people, like most of the people that send me music, like I know them personally, you know what I'm saying? I already listen to their music, you know what I'm saying? We already got that type of bond where it's like, I know you ain't finna send me nothing trash. You feel me?
Yeah, I was just curious. Not the video I just shot, but I shot a video before this one. This shit trash. So, that's all I say. I don't know why you want to make a video to this one, man. But hey, I'm here.
Nah, I don't even be on that. You know what I'm saying?
Man. So as far as still talking about working with other people, how do you go as far as, I know you mentioned when the first time you went to the studio, you just did your research. Right now, how do you choose who to work with as far as producers, engineers, cameramen? How did you build those relationships, stuff like that?
Good question. So producers is one of those. To start out, I was just getting most of mine, like leasing it from beat stores and stuff like that. So it wasn't like I was working with producers in person. But now I'm starting to. So with those, it's just like, you know, you hear their songs, or hear their beats rather, on social media, and you just reach out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I know them personally, and you know what I'm saying, I just reach out and, you know, we link up and stuff like that. But in most cases, it's just one of those, I like your style, you know what I'm saying, and like, cause I'm real big on like loops and samples and stuff like that. So if you throwing that in there, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna see what's to it. As far as like engineers,
loops, I'm your man. I be fucking them loops up, man.
We gonna chop it up for sure after this. We definitely gonna chop it up. But yeah, like engineers, really, I ain't really had nothing in mind. All the engineers that I work with, I got put on to, and it was just one of those. that first time we worked, you know what I'm saying, we locked in. And I'm one of those guys, I don't really like going here, going there, going there. It's like once I like something, I'm gonna stick with it, because it's like if you try something else and you don't like it, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, I get it, you try, in a sense, and it's like you want to kind of build that, you want to build that rapport and that relationship, you feel me? I look at that as like a networking type of thing, so like just keeping that relationship. So once I like what you got going on, we gonna rock out. So I ain't really got too many engineers that I worked with so far.
And just because now that I'm doing videos, when you do a video, do you like to direct it yourself? Do you like to just come up with a location, let the cameraman do the work? Do you like to make it like cinematic, tell a story? What type of
so like most of the time I would say like excuse me, like run and gun type. I got songs where I got the concept in mind, but I haven't like brought out a lot of videos, you feel me? So like the ones that I do have, they like just run and gun type of videos. But usually what I do for certain songs, I just like come up with a concept on my own. And then actually now, like I said, I still will work with people, but I'm trying to get into where I can do that myself, you feel me? Like I got the camera and stuff like that. Again, like I used to do it in school, so it's just a matter of me like taking that time and, you know what I'm saying, doing that. But yeah, I like to sit down and write my concept out, and then I guess you could say direct it, if you will. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. And now that we full-fledged, I know you jumped in right in the beginning of the social media era, but now that it's pretty much taking over everything, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere you go, motherfuckers in that phone. So, man, and they on social media. So in this age, how do you promote yourself as an artist? Is that a tool that you use pretty often? Social media, yeah, definitely. What I've been doing is just kind of like doing research on different ways to market myself, because obviously this is a competitive industry and everybody promoting themselves on social media, you know what I'm saying, whether it's like, you know, running ads and stuff like that. So I just been thinking of like different ways to market myself. This will be like year 3 for me coming in 2023. So like it's just, I look at it as each year I'm finding new ways to expand and just build my brand for sure.
Okay. So I got a few more before I let you go. So one of them is, what's your goal out the music? What's it look like when you feel like you successful? Is it a label? Is it a platinum artist? Is it a Grammy?
Of course, you know, I wish for the best, because I'm trying to get to that. Well, I will get to that point, but it's like as far as success, as long as, see, that's the thing. Like a label cool, but
what's your personal goal?
My personal goal,
when you sit back in your rocking chair, be like, yeah, I did that shit. What's it gonna look like? What's it?
Shit, really, me just like leaving a legacy for me and my peoples. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's my goal too.
Yeah,
so.
That's really it, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Just to be well respected, really. You know what I'm saying? Not like don't care about that, but just well respected.
Okay. Unlimited budget, man. You got unlimited budget, man. You can get any feature you want. Who is it and why?
Just one?
Yeah.
That's tough. I'm gonna go with Cole, because I'm gonna say Cole because I feel like we don't necessarily talk about the same things, but we both are versatile. I like what he built with the Dreamville thing. You know what I'm saying? I like how that's like I've seen his growth since, you know what I'm saying, since he started, and like I've just been following him since. And obviously he a big artist, you know what I'm saying? So like if I got a limited budget, you know, I'm definitely gonna get him for sure. And yeah, you know, like that's pretty much it. Cause like I said, I wish I could get more, you know what I'm saying? But like Cole, I'll just say Cole just to leave it at that. Yeah.
All right. I know you see like Kanye and all that stuff in the media, you know what I'm saying, with him being anti-Semitic and stuff like that. Do you feel like a recording artist should just stay a recording artist, or you feel like, you know what I'm saying, your voice, you can use your voice in other means as well?
I think you should use your voice as far as like doing something positive, or, you know, speaking positive. The whole antics and stuff like that, like I said, I don't really pay attention to it, but I look at that as one's personality. So, you know what I'm saying, if he that type of person, whether if he wasn't even a recording artist, he was just that type of person, and he spoke on it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just the type of guy he is to speak on it. You feel me? But yeah, me personally, I think as a recording artist, if you're gonna use your voice for something, use it for something positive, not nothing to bring controversy and stuff like that. But again, you know what I'm saying, we in that era where like if you do bring that, now you getting looked at, and it's kind of like free promo. You know what I'm saying? You marketing yourself in a way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I ain't got no problem with it, but you know, I wouldn't do it.
Okay. So, I know I said I got a couple more. I probably got a few more before I let you go.
Cool.
So, with us being in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, the gangs, the drugs, all that stuff, it is a reality. You know what I'm saying? Do you and it's something it gets tossed around. A lot of people will say that being a recording artist is one of the most dangerous professions that you could be in. Is that something that you ever, you know what I'm saying, feel like you had to face, even though you in a different lane? You know what I'm saying? Like if it felt uncomfortable in a situation as far as a show, meeting up in the studio with somebody, is that something that you still have to deal with, even though you're in a different lane, but you in Chicago still?
So I haven't dealt with it, and honestly, bro, like I be out the way so much, it's like I don't even really let people know my moves. But I do believe the fact that I am in a different lane and just going off like how I grew up, you know what I mean? I was always that type of guy, so it's not like I'm like got like any beef with anybody. Right. But you do, you know what I'm saying, as an artist, you do got people that just might want to try you, you know what I'm saying? But that's why the people that I keep around me, I make sure like, you know what I'm saying, we on the same page. Like you ain't got no trouble outside of, you know what I'm saying, this circle, you know what I'm saying, you good. So it's like I kind of look at that, if it was to happen, it'd be like wrong place, wrong time, you know what I'm saying? Because it's happened to us all, you know what I'm saying, growing up in Chicago. But as an artist, though, I think the bigger status, like the bigger your status get, you know what I'm saying, the more people would want to try you, you know what I'm saying, regardless of whatever music you make, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I don't, like I said, I think honestly too, like, you know what I'm saying, just the way you carry yourself, like if you flashy and you, not saying like that's a problem, but if you doing that, you know what I'm saying, you attracting like people, oh damn, that nigga got that, so let me get on, you know what I'm saying. So like I don't move like that, you know what I'm saying. I'm a real simple type of, you know what I'm saying, guy, so I don't really move like that.
All right, man. Is shopping yourself for a deal something that you into, or is you just, you know what I'm saying, focused on independent right now, working on building yourself and your brand? Yeah,
right now I would say I'm focused on like building my brand and being independent. Ultimately, you know what I'm saying, you want somebody to back you because, you know, they got that, like you said, limited budget with just that, you know, big financial or more financial stability. But yeah, as of right now, you know, I'm just focused on like myself and just kind of learning, you know what I'm saying. I'm soaking up knowledge, you know what I'm saying, around people that I meet, you know what I'm saying. Like I get gems from people, you know what I'm saying. So I always like to just soak up the knowledge and just learn from there, and then just see, you know what I'm saying, how I could use it to, you know, build myself and my brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk to me what you got going on right now at this moment.
Yeah, so right now, you know what I'm saying, I'm just promoting the album. Like I said, once again, man, Never Waste Talent, out everywhere on your favorite platform, man. So make sure y'all go listen to that. But right now, working on these visuals, you know what I'm saying, for the project, you know what I'm saying, bring some visuals out. And then, yeah, just really get back into the studio. You know, it's been a little minute since I've been. So really get back into the studio. I got some, you know what I'm saying, some songs ready. And yeah, just getting right back to it. And like I said, just, you know, keep performing. Really, bro, just networking. You know what I'm saying? Just building. Okay. Networking and building.
Okay. So does the Never Waste Talent title got anything to do with the break you took, or talk to me about the
yeah, it does. So like I said, when I was through school, you know, you had those moments where for me, I would have those moments where I'm getting overwhelmed and shit like that, getting a little discouraged too, because like when I was bringing out the music, even though I didn't look to pursue it that heavy, it didn't get any, I feel like it didn't get that much feedback, you know what I'm saying, at all. So it was just like one, like, damn, like I should be doing something else, you know what I'm saying. So once I graduated or whatever, you know, reality hit, you got to pay the bills, you know what I'm saying. So like I just kind of got into that, but I always looked at it as like I took that break. And it's not like just from music, but from like sports as well. You know what I'm saying? Like once I got to college and I wasn't doing no sport, I'm like, damn, like what I'm gonna do? Because that's all I really knew. You know what I'm saying? And I was into the books too in school, but I never really thought to like, let me get my degree. I thought like, let me go to college to pay my college and hopefully get to the pro. You know what I'm saying? If it take me there, whatever sport it was. But yeah, just kind of like not doing all those things that I once had a passion for. I just had one of those moments. I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I still be doing it even though I don't have the same passion. let me just like get back into it, you know what I'm saying, some kind of way, even as a hobby. And I think with like the music, it was just kind of like one of those, again, talking about the support, you know what I'm saying, people in my ear like you should really get back into that, you feel me? And the never waste talent, the phrase just came in my head, you know what I mean, because I looked at myself as a talented individual. And it's just basically me saying to everybody out there, like, whatever you dream of, you know what I'm saying, like, even in the past, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever you used to do and you just don't do it no more, it's always time, you know what I'm saying. You know, we all got things going on and life happens, but it's always, you can find some time to do it if you really want to do it. That's the thing. So like, it's just to never give up on it, you know what I'm saying, because you never know like where it's gonna take you, you know what I'm saying, how far you can go with, like, it could be any opportunity, you know what I'm saying. It might not be a big opportunity, but an opportunity could lead to another opportunity, and that's how I look at it.
Okay. That's dope, man. Like I said, man, appreciate your time.
For sure,
Before
man.
you go,
Appreciate you,
let the people know what you got coming up. Let them know where they can find you on social media, where they can find the music, where they can work with you at, all that good stuff.
Yeah, man. So you can follow me on all social platforms. Wordplay Waan, that's WORDPLAYWAAN. All music on all platforms. Like I said, that Never Waste Talent just dropped. That's my debut project. Make sure y'all go tap into that for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's real substance and it's real solid. I'm not even gonna hold you. But yeah, if you want to work, most definitely, you know what I'm saying, hit the DM, reach out to me. I got all my contact info on my social. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we can definitely work for sure. So yeah, let's do something.
For sure, man. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate
Be safe
you too,
out here, man.
Oh yeah, you too, man.
For
Be
sure.
smooth. Yup.
Yeah.